very important call. And without further ado, what I'd like to do is introduce our host of the evening, none other than our very own global power, Mr. Brandon Ivy. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Lou, can you hear me clearly?
Sure I can. Take it away.
All right, fantastic. Well, welcome, everybody. This is our last team call for 2013. Lou, Power Team Marketing, we actually made it. We made it through another year. And first and foremost, congratulations to all of you for making it through this year. Not everybody that we know and love and made it this far, and we lost some people along the way. So it is a blessing no matter where you feel you are in your life right now, whether you feel that you succeeded or that you've had setbacks in 2013, you won because you're here, and this isn't the end of a year, this is the beginning of a new year, and this is the beginning of a new chapter in your life that you can now write whatever you want your future to be, starting with the decisions that you make now. Now, congratulations on making the decision to be involved in a home-based business. Those of you that were on the training call last night, I talked about a certain couple of predictions that I had for 2014, and one of those was that the wealthy are going to get richer. That's a given. The rich are going to get richer. In 2013, the wealth of the world's richest 5% grew anywhere between 17 to 30% in 1 year, whereas the rest of the 95% of the population, their wealth dropped between 13 to 25%. The average person's wealth dropped 13 to 25%, while the richest grew around that same percentile. One thing that rich people understand is when the economy is doing well, they make money. When the economy is not doing so well, they make more money. They figured out their secrets on how to take advantage of challenges and obstacles where everybody else panics, quits, the sky is falling, and they kind of lose faith, and they lose track of what they should be doing, and they're not able to adapt. The wealthy are able to adapt very quickly, very quickly. So first, congratulations on making the decision to even be involved in a home-based business. I just watched a video that Rob Doctor had posted by Eric Worre. In fact, the training last night on how to become a professional came from his book, Go Pro, about being a professional in your industry. And one thing that he said was another prediction for 2014 is that right now we are in the golden age in network marketing. That more people are going to open their eyes and open up drop that brick wall and be acceptive of network marketing, not only in America but worldwide. In fact, it's going to be even bigger worldwide. You've got two different dynamics. I want to make sure everyone understands this, between the mindset of Americans in network marketing and the mindset of people overseas in network marketing. It is like night and day, completely different. America is what they call the land of the free, the home of the brave, the place where if you have a desire, there's nothing holding you back. You have the ability to become whatever you choose based on your work ethic and desire. The rest of the world, in most places, they don't have that opportunity. And even in the free world, in other countries that do have freedom, they don't have the resources that America does to promote entrepreneurship. Not like in America. There isn't that many opportunities like here. So over the last 10 years, especially with the involvement of the internet, we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled with so many ways of alternatives of making money. For those who decided, I need to get out of that rat race of a job. I need to get into something different. Now, if we look at 2013, for those of us that came from our last company, we haven't had a very smooth last 3 to 4 months. Things didn't go the way we expected or planned. And that is life. Hold on, let me mute this line out.
Muted.
And that is life. That is business. Businesses have ups, businesses have downs, businesses have flat points. But anything that happens is not going to stay that way. You learn to adapt. And in 2014, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to adapt. There's a couple of things we're going to focus on. So I just wanted to make sure that we close out 2013. Any past drama, any past issues, leave it in 2013. Do not bring it into 2014. That is old news. It is history. It is done. Do not allow it to weigh you down. Some of you have had a fantastic 2013, and some of you have not. But 2014 is a fresh start for all of us. And I'm here to tell you that we are sitting in a very, very unique situation right now. Where some people see it as a challenge, I see it as an opportunity. I was talking to one person who said, you know, Brandon, Shopping Sherlock, I try to promote it, and it's just not biting. People aren't getting it. And I go back to one of the old rules. When you look at a network marketing company, are there people in that company having success? If the answer is yes, I want to know why and what is it that they are doing differently than what it is that I'm doing. And that's exactly what I did. I looked at Shopping Sherlock, for example, where you have a gentleman like Simon Brooks who's making $1 million in 1 year, and the company's only 19 months old. I look at the overseas, and it's not just one country. It's not just the UK. But I look at the UK, Italy, France, Russia, Spain, Israel, the Philippines, Ireland, Hungary. All of these countries are promoting powers. These countries speak different languages. These countries have different economies. These countries have different cultures. So it's not the world is one way and America's a different way. They're all different. But what's the common denominator that I've found in this? I've been studying this for a couple of months now because it really intrigues me. And here's what I want you to understand, because people say, well, European mindset's different than us. Yes, it is. So what is the message that is being spread in Europe? And I figured this out. They're not talking about how great online shopping is. They're not talking about how unique the Shopping Sherlock is as a product. You know what they're selling? They're selling the dream of freedom. That's what they're selling. And when you look back at what network marketing is all about, it's about people. Not about the products, not about services, not about the compensation plan. It's about people. It's about an individual who is able to start something from scratch for the first time and have success where they never had it before and to change their lives. And that's what's selling over there. Their presentations aren't different because we use the same one they use. Their message is different, just a little bit. Now, I'll give you an example here. When you have a household in a different country whose monthly salary is about $450 to $500 a month, and that person goes into a Shopping Sherlock presentation, and they see that it costs $249 to sign up. That's half of their income, monthly income, half. And they sign up anyway. That's the equivalent of if we had a Shopping Sherlock presentation in America. the average household makes $4,000 a month, and we said that it costs $2,000 to sign up in the business. How many of you would pay $2,000 to sign up in the business? How many of you would do that? Not that many. And people are complaining that they think $249 is too much money. What about $2,000? So why is it that they're spending half their monthly income to get started? Well, for one, you look at their reward. To them, they see earning $100 on signing up 2 people like hitting the lottery. Right? Because they only make $500 a month. So they figure if I talk to 10 people, I'm going to make $500. And they're going crazy with it. Now we fast forward to America. The $100 is not the same from country to country, the value of it. We cannot lead with, oh, you're going to earn $100 when you sign up 2 people. Because $100 to an American is different than $100 to somebody in the Philippines. It's much different. But the value of the company is the same because you're also not spending $2,000 to get into the company. It's only $249. Now, one of the issues that we are facing, one of the reasons why it's not biting as big as we thought it should or what other companies are doing, is because people do not see the upfront gain. Now, here's a couple of things I'm going to let you know is going to take place. In February, at the convention, we're going to be unveiling new videos, new marketing material, new tools that's going to make the Sherlock look a little bit more sexy. Is that what Americans like to see? That name sounds stupid. We're going to make it look a little more sexy. It's going to have a nice appeal to it. It's going to be easier to market. In fact, the company's hired a couple of professional advertisers outside, third-party people, to look at our marketing message, to look at how we're presenting this, and they're changing it all up. So all of that's going to be unveiled in February also. We should be having our new Sherlock toolbar will be ready as well, which will increase engagement because it's always constantly going to be in your face. You know how it's out of sight, out of mind? People forget, I should go to SherlockSaver.com. They don't forget to go to Google.com, but they forget to go to SherlockSaver.com. But we're going to have it set up where it's always going to be in their face. That's coming too, which is also going to increase engagement. The value of the Sherlock is growing. Between $1.30 and $1.50 right now, so it's going to be $2, $2.50, $3, $4 a year from now. You imagine giving away a product and earning $4 every month from that person using that product that you gave away for free. You think copy and paste is easy? How about giving away something for free? You're making $1 every single month. People are going to go out there and give it away to 5,000, 10,000 people because you only have to give it away once. You guys understand that concept? So what is the message that we should be focusing on here in America in the time being? It goes back to the same thing that they're doing overseas. It's about freedom. It's about lifestyle. It's about long-term residual income. What you're going to see in 2014 is an influx. Like Eric Worre says, not only of new people looking to join a network marketing company, but also of businesses and companies that are going to sprout up everywhere. You're going to see it on Facebook. You're going to see it on Twitter. You're going to see it everywhere. All of these companies, and the vast majority of them are going to be like these, what I like to call rich, quick, fly-by-night type money programs, where they promise you don't have to do a lot, and you're going to earn a lot of money. Now, if you are a professional, you know there is no such thing as you don't have to do a lot and you're going to make a whole lot of money. Nothing for sure that's long term. This is where you're going to have to use common sense. You're going to have focus, have your blinders, and have common sense. Just because you see a whole lot of people on Facebook talking about something, you ain't got to do nothing. You're going to make a whole lot of money. You get in now before everybody else knows about it. Be careful. Be very careful. If any indicator of past performance is going to show you what future performance is going to be, you can't find any of those companies that are still around today. The people who are promoting them are, and they're just promoting something else now as it's the latest, greatest thing. I had a talk with a so-called guru. Well, he is a heavy hitter in our industry. And he called me up and he said, Brandon, I got to let you know about this. There's this new launch coming out. Nobody knows about it yet. I want to help you. You're going to be one of the master distributors. It's going to be the next big thing like Empower Network. Nobody's heard about it yet. We're getting all the leaders positioned right now before they talk to their teams and their organizations. And I'm like, wait a minute. What happened to the last thing you were doing that you called me up and said that I was a fool not to be a part of? And had I listened to you and I followed you in that last deal, and then I shoot a video and tell everybody who looks to what I do to come do what I do, and then 4 months later you turn it around saying, oh no, this is the new one, what's going to happen in another 4 months? You didn't have an answer for that. Well, the answer was, hey, at least I made 6 figures. So, like I said in the training last night, it's not that every company is bad. They're not. You show me the worst company and I'll show you somebody making 6 figures in it. You show me the best company and I'll show you somebody who's broke. It all comes down to what is the right one for you. What is the right one for you? And once you've figured that out, what is your breaking point? What are you willing to commit with time and money to become successful? Because if you treat this like a profession, then this isn't a 3-month deal. This isn't a 60-day deal. This isn't that I'm going to stick my feet in the water and see if it's warm before I really jump on board and get involved. I'm going to be in it for 30 days, and if I don't make $2,000, I quit. It's not, well, I'm going to shoot out an email marketing blast, and if I don't get any hits, then, I'm on to the next. That's not what this is. If you want to be involved with Shopping Sherlock, then you need to know up front what you are getting into. And you can share this with everybody else that you're talking to. This is not a money game. This is not a fly-by-night, get-rich-quick overnight. This is a steady, long-term, debt-free, growing company run by a real CEO who understands business and is not looking for the next big hit. And then you look at the industry that we're involved in. It's growing so fast that the people, we can't even keep up with it. I was visiting my parents today, and one of their neighbors came over, and just sitting there talking, and she says, wow, did you see what happened with UPS? All of this online shopping stuff, people didn't get their Christmas presents. How horrible was that? And I just had a smile on my face. I'm like, this is normal conversation people are having about our industry and how fast it's growing. And then she went on to say that she did 90% of her shopping, she did online. And she did all of this before Thanksgiving because she was able to get the same discounts as she would have on Black Friday. So she did it all early. But when you have UPS and FedEx that miscalculated and did not take into account the rise of online shopping, you know the average person out there who doesn't know nothing about business has no idea what's taking place. Okay, I'm going somewhere with this. I want you to follow this train of thought and why this is important and what it means for you. There's two opportunities that's going to be huge a year from now knowing this information. Number one, UPS and FedEx are going to be looking to hire more workers. So if you're looking for a job or seasonal money, you might want to look at UPS, FedEx, or any shipping company next year. In fact, if you are a business owner, I would invest in any type of shipping companies for 2014 to take advantage of all this online shopping. The second opportunity is if you get involved with a company that is positioned to take advantage of this online shopping before anybody else knows about it. See, here's our challenge. Unlike other companies out there that people have heard of, whether it's telecommunications, whether it's health and wellness, people know about those companies, so they search for companies in those fields. We're charting new territory, new ground, so nobody is looking for us. So it's not as easy as I just shoot a video and wait for people to call me, because nobody's looking for you. It's you that's getting the information out there to the public. And that's something that never really stops. If you think about this, do you think there's one human being above the age of 3 in the United States of America that has never heard of McDonald's? Do you think there might be somebody? I doubt it. I would say every single American over the age of 3 has heard of McDonald's. Yet McDonald's still spends billions of dollars a year in advertising to get the word out about McDonald's. Why? Because they understand getting your product out in front of the mass of the people. They also have competition. They want to keep things fresh. Well, how would you like to be in a situation where nobody knows about you yet? And the first time they hear about it is from you. This is what Eric Worre was talking about, the golden age. Where your Sherlock business is not going to be built right now on Facebook, chatting with other network marketers who are in other companies. I'm going to tell you where the growth is going to happen. It's going to happen from the people who are not connected like that, from the people you do not know, from the people who are not already in a bunch of other network marketing companies, because those people here in America are spoiled. They are not looking. They may say, I'm looking for something long-term, but in their very next breath, but I need something right now that's going to pay my bill next week, next month. So they're looking for the quick and easy payday. This is the vast majority of Americans. I'm not saying that that's wrong. That's just where we are today. I'll give you an example of what happens. Because you look at DS domination, for example, and you hear people say that, I've never made money before in network marketing. I'm making money now because all I have to do is copy and paste. I've never made money in network marketing before. And if you track some of those individuals in their network marketing career, you would be rare to find one of them that was a part of one company for more than 2 years and didn't make any money. I'd love to have that conversation with somebody who tells me, Brandon, I was a part of this company for 2 years, I never made money, I joined DS Domination, and now I'm making some money. Now, here's why I say this. I had a conversation with a mentor of mine, and this was my first network marketing company. It was called ACN in the 90s, late 90s. And this is before the internet. This is before social media. This is before all of us were connected. This is before we knew that, there's other companies in competition with us out there. You know what? See, Facebook allows you to see everything. You're able to see what all the other companies are doing, what people are saying and talking about it. Back then, the only way we saw what was happening with another company was if we had the same meeting at the same hotel on the same night. Oh, it was like turf war. People are down in the lobby making sure that nobody steals the guests that they have arriving. If you guys were in network marketing back in those days, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're protecting your rep because you don't want somebody else grabbing your rep in the lobby. Well, fast forward now, that's Facebook. That's social media. You can't guard your prospect anymore. You can't put blindfolds on your prospect to only look at your deal, because they're looking at everything at the same time as they're looking at yours. This is the frustration of CEOs if you have private conversations with them. But back then, let's say you were struggling in a company, and there's two things that a choice you had at that time. Number one, you quit. You quit. Notice, I didn't say quit and join another company. You would just quit and go back to a job. That's how it was back then. You quit. Or you make a decision to say, you know what? I'm going to learn the skills necessary to become successful, and that may take 2 to 3 years. And you're willing to suck it up and go through that process. That's how it was back then. That's how it was for me. I was at a point, there's 2 times in my life where I was looking to quit. And one of those times I actually did. And it was the worst mistake of my life. I quit, went back to a cubicle, and got laid off anyway. But the first time I was faced with quitting, my ego wouldn't allow me to quit. My ego wouldn't allow it. I said, I'm going to make this happen. And I learned all the skills that I have today. I wanted to learn how to become a better speaker. I wanted to learn how to become a better presenter. I wanted to learn the personalities of people so I know what to do when I'm talking to them. I wanted to learn how to do 3-way calls. I wanted to learn how to set up PBRs, which you call grand openings. I wanted to learn how to team build, how to keep a team together. I learned those skills. It didn't just happen overnight, and it took years to do. Now I can take those skills in any company and have success in it. Had I quit, I would have never learned those skills. Now, if we fast forward to today, and a person is in a company and they're struggling, they have far more than 2 choices. One choice is to quit and go back to a job. That's not going to happen. Another choice is to learn skills, like I did, to become better. And that's increasingly difficult today because most people will not take the 1, 2, or 3 years it takes to do that. Or they can quit and join another company and say that the failure was the company's fault. Or they can quit and join multiple companies, take the shotgun approach. I'm just gonna, market about 4 or 5 different things, and whichever one works, that's the one I'm gonna roll with. Whichever one's got the best marketing on, that's what I'm gonna roll with. But my point is, there's so many different options now where most people, and not all, I want to emphasize this so I don't offend anybody, most people would rather take the easy way out and join something else that looks sexier, it appeals, it looks easier, than actually learn the skills necessary to succeed in the one that they're in. And what they find out when they go over to another one is that that company isn't perfect either. It just has a different set of problems that they didn't have in the other one. So then they move on to another company, and then they move on to another company, and they move on to another company. And this happens every 4 to 6 months. You're moving. That's what's happening in America. That's not happening around the world. Around the world, somebody looks at Shopping Sherlock and they already, I'm giving this 2 years. In America, I'm giving it 30 days. So it's important that you know this mindset. So what do we do about it since we're in Shopping Sherlock? Here's one thing you do. Find and make friends with people overseas. You can do that from your computer. Why? Because social media has connected the world together. And number 2, master the art of selling the vision of where this company is going to be with where we are positioned right now. Because this is a story you're going to be selling. Not to the people online, because they can care less. You can tell them it's a quadrillion, industry. Am I going to make $10,000 next week? That's what you're up with. Well, I can go to that company over there, and I only got to pay $40, and I can walk off my job. Talk to new people. Like Eric Worre said, you're going to have a whole new influx of people joining network marketing. The top 2 fastest growing people right now in the company, they were maids, not professional networkers. They weren't in a previous company before and then jumped ship to Shopping Sherlock. They never did network marketing before. And they're blowing up now. And there's millions of those people right here in the U.S. Now, I also talk to other professionals looking at us from the outside, and what they see is that we are like simmering right underneath that boiling point. Boiling point is just 1 degree of separation. Just 1 degree from hot to boil. And we in America are right under that 1 degree. All it needs is a spark, and the whole thing catches fire. You know how things go viral here in America. The whole thing catches fire. This will be the talk of the town. You want to be in the position before that spark happens, and it's coming. It's coming. Something I like about Michael Weeder is he has the next few years planned out on the growth of this company. 19 months in business, we're not out of business. We're debt-free. We're a profit. We're growing at over 20% a month. And the U.S. hasn't even exploded yet. From a CEO's perspective, that is a huge success. The infrastructure is being put in place. The product and services, we added the prepaid wireless with Red Pocket. We have home services as far as cable, internet, and digital home phone. There's other things that's going to be added that you're going to hear about at the Vegas convention. Like Bernard Lee said, this is ACN 1993. And people are watching us right now. And they're watching you. They want to see what happens to your life. Is Shopping Sherlock changing or impacting your life? Are you going to stick to it, or are you going to quit? And if you quit and this thing jumps off, which it will, and they ask, why? You left to do what? Cycler Matrix? What? We sit in very good position. But we have to make the commitment to really work it and I'm looking forward to 2014. I hope that I see all of you at the Vegas convention. I will also have down, if you choose to, for 2014, to really strive to become a pro, a professional. Not for shopping Sherlock's sake, but for your sake. Because the way this economy is turning, you're going to have more and more people that are going to actually look at network marketing as a good, legitimate alternative to their career. And when that happens, they're going to be looking for people to work with. And who do you think they want to work with? A poser, an amateur, or a pro? So if you learn the skills necessary to be a professional, it doesn't matter if you're in Shopping Sherlock or any other business, you will be attractive. In this industry, people sign up with people, not companies. Even more so today than ever before, because there's so many companies out there to choose from. And it's hard to pinpoint why one is better than the other. So the difference maker is, who am I working with and what team am I on? That is what people are going to be looking for. Is the person that I'm going to sign up with, are they a professional? They treat their business like a profession? They have a long-term goal? Or are they kind of flaky, not sure if they want to do it or not? They really don't know what's going on, and probably next week they're going to send me an email to look at another business. Would you sign up with that type of a person? So one thing I know for myself, 2014, my goal is to become even more professional. Have to step outside of my comfort zone and learn more skills. I hate the computer. Like it or not, believe it or not, I'm not the guy that's very computer literate. What I know now, I had to force myself. The videos, creating some websites, capture pages, that was a pain. And I was at a time of my life when I got laid off from my job, and I decided if I'm going to come back to network marketing, then I need to learn some new skills. I already knew how to talk well and give presentations and all that, but I need to learn some skills that I can attract people. And it was based on social media. And it was a pain. But my desire was so strong, I fought through that, that procrastination. And I have bad procrastination, very bad with it, even now. In 2014, I'm going to break some new barriers for myself. Because if you don't learn to adapt, you will become a casualty. You have to adapt to the changes. But I got to go back to the good news. The good news is that you guys are sitting. It's like the Microsoft and Apple computers in the late 70s. Or you want to fast forward to the internet bubble, the .com in the mid 90s. I'll share with you what Michael Weir was telling me. He was like, those .com companies, they were at a golden age before the bubble popped. And the smart ones that sold before the bubble burst, made a killing. And how this is happening again right now, but the difference is right now, it's even bigger than it was during the .com era. The industry is bigger because it is changing fundamentally the world as a whole. Everybody is shopping online. Everybody is engaged in mobile commerce, cell phones, purchasing from different countries, items that they never had access to. Everybody is doing it, and it's growing and growing and growing. This is a fundamental shift in wealth. Fundamental shift in wealth where it's not like it's new money. It's old money that's being spent in a new funnel. And you want to position yourself in front of that funnel. Think of this. If you've ever watched Finding Nemo, I watched that again the other day with my I saw it for the first time with my oldest son when he was little. But now my youngest, he's 6, and we were watching Finding Nemo for the first time for him. And one of his favorite parts is what they call the underwater current or North Atlantic current, where it's like a river in the ocean. And my son was trying to wrap his head. Wait a minute, how can you have a river in the ocean? It's water is water. And I was trying to explain to him that current is stronger in certain places than others, so the water is moving faster in other places. So when the turtle and all his baby turtles were in the current, and they barely had to move, and they were being pushed along the ocean, and one of the babies fell outside of the current and had to struggle to get himself back in the current. That's how I can get deep when I talk about vibrations, but let me put it this way. Money. That's what happens with money. Everybody is outside the current of money, not allowed in. And for the first time ever, the entire global economy is shifting. It's not just one sector. I hope you guys are getting this. It's the entire global economy. The way we do business, the way we spend money, the way we do transactions is shifting. And those companies that are positioned in front of that current, before the current hits them, what do you think's going to happen when the current hits them? Shopping Sherlock is one of those companies that is positioned in front of that current. And all of us that's attached to it as well. This is where you got to have big vision. You got to see down the road. You can't turn on your TV without seeing it, without hearing about it. I predict you're going to see other shipping companies popping up all over the place to rival the UPS and FedEx. This is going to be the talk of 2014. And what's going to be funny in network marketing, they always say the slowest month of the year is November and December for network marketing. For Shopping Sherlock, those are going to be the biggest months of the year. November and December. Imagine next year, the Sherlock's worth $4 of Sherlock, and everybody's going shopping. Oh yeah, you're going to see people hopping on board like never before. And like what Michael Weir was telling me, he says, yeah, but you know what? It's going to blow up way before then. Especially the European organization. And I'm very competitive. I cannot lie. I like being one of the top producers. But our team only represents 12% of this company. 12%. Now, my goal when we first came on board Shopping Sherlock was by the end of the year for our team to represent 50% of the company. That was my own personal goal. Well, since we only represent 12%, I fell way short of that. Some may see that as a failure. I don't. Okay, we didn't reach 50%. We're 12%. So I've got some work to do. And I'm committed to that. If every single person on the team quits, I'm still here. Therefore, I know it will be a success. Remember what we talked about yesterday in the training. The most important person on your team will be the hand at the end of your own wrist. You have control of your destiny. And the best thing that you can do for your team is by leading by example. I can't stress that enough. Lead by example. When people see you doing it, they will do it by default. When you're not doing it, and they see you complaining, and you're whining, and you start looking everywhere else, they are going to do the same exact thing. Will people do that anyway? Yes. Even if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, you will have people that you will lose. There will be people that you just can't save. There is no guarantee of success. There's no guarantee that everybody is going to make money and get paid and make it. And if you go and you watch the 10 sales videos, what industry on this planet guarantees that everybody's going to have success? What company guarantees that everybody's going to have success? And success is relative as far as how much money you're going to make. There's no guarantee you get a college degree that you're going to get a job. And there's no guarantee if you get a job you're going to become CEO. And there's no guarantee that even if you do get that job and you're making $30,000, $40,000 a year, then you're not going to retire broke. Or you retire not broke. And there's no guarantee that you join a network marketing company that you're going to have success. You can be sponsored by the greatest networker in the world, and that's not going to guarantee that you will have success. And I know a lot of times you look at your organization, you say, man, it's not moving like I want it to. They're not making any money. I have to do something about it. The best thing that you can do, not only leading by example, but always providing support and encouragement and finding solutions to adapt and tweak that we will have success. Organo Gold that everybody rants and raves about. Huge success story. Almost went out of business. Had a major coup when one of the co-owners did a public phone call completely ripping the other owners of the company. The entire company was not credible, it had no integrity, and he was jumping ship to start his own company and said everybody should follow him. They didn't have an office, so they made $20 million. Next thing you know, a couple of years later, the #1 networker in the world, money earner, is in Organo Gold. ACN, which was 24 hours from going out of business. And the owner said, no, we're stepping out on faith, we're going to do it. Said nobody in the company's making money. Things aren't happening. Bills are piling up. They didn't change direction. I have a talk with Brad Provenzano. I heard that in 1998, and when I went to the direct selling convention last year, after the ACN celebrated 20 years in business, he's still saying the same, he still talks about that pivotal moment. Also a pivotal moment where one of his top guys left the company, and he represented over 60% of ACN. And that guy said, my people are making money, I gotta do something about it. And he left and took most of the people with him. 20 years later, look at ACN now. You have a company like Visalis that was on the verge of going out of business. They made a few tweaks. Next thing you know, you got a 90-day challenge. The rest is history. Fast forward. A lot of the top leaders bolted and jumped ship and left Visalis. People said Visalis was dead. And then the next thing you know, you have top leaders from another company called 5 Links join the Visalis. Same said dead company. You had a company like, well, I could just keep going on and on and on and on. The success of Shopping Sherlock in America does not rely on what the corporate does. The success relies on what the leaders in the company do and who we attract, because it only takes one. Have you ever heard of a gentleman named Brad Hager? Giant in network marketing, multi-millionaire earner. He joined the company. I forgot the name of this company. He joined this company. The company was making like $200,000 a month for years. Couldn't get over that hump. Brad Hager joins, doesn't change anything. But he understands, hey, people sign up with people. 8 months later, it's a $5 million a month company. Things can happen overnight. For those who always search for solutions rather than focus on the problems, complain, and whine. So you decide for 2014, do you plant your foot in the sand? Say, I'm going to make this thing happen. We're going to do it. I'm looking for people who want to be hand in hand and make it happen, because I'm not going anywhere. That will be one of the biggest mistakes of my life. Knowing what I know, seeing what's happening with this industry, looking at where this company is positioned, I'd be one of the biggest fools that I walk away. I told another good friend of mine who's the CEO of a company, and he understood too. He even admitted it. He offered me something. And I said, I'm sorry. I have equity in this company. You guys see global power. You have equity in a company. Another gentleman on our team said, Brandon, the only thing that I care about is the equity. I don't care about $15,000, $20,000 a month. The equity alone would make you more money than anything you can make in any other country. Why? Well, just a month ago, Michael Weir talked about these two kids. I think they're like 20 or 21 or so. Started some company. Never made a dime in profit, but they had a lot of social media appeal. I think it was Facebook bought them out for $2 billion. Whoever owned equity in that company was done. What if somebody comes along and offers $10 billion to buy Shopping Sherlock, and you own equity in the company? Think you're worried about $249 to get started? Or making $500 and $1,000 a month? I would make it my life goal to hit global in 2014 by any means necessary, as fast as possible. Now we're talking about something that Americans can understand. Because if $100 isn't valuable enough, how about owning equity in the company that you won't get in any other company out there? Do everything you can to hit global power. And if you want to help people, help them hit global power. Done. This happens. So what I want to do now is I'm going to unmute the line. And this is the end of 2013. I see this as a celebration, a new beginning. If anybody would love to share anything, they want to talk about whatever, any comments, any of the leaders, go right ahead. So give me 1 second to unmute to state your name or your calling. In fact, hold on one second. I know what I'm going to do.
Unmuted. Muted.
All right, if anybody has anything they want to share, go ahead and hit *6 to unmute yourself. State your name, where you're calling from, and the floor is yours.
Hello.
Yes, that Lou? Go ahead, Lou.
It is. I just want to tell everybody I am so very excited, just about your futures and, 2014, just an opportunity for us to, we have our hands on something so huge. And you stated all the time, Brandon, that we really don't understand the magnitude of what we have our hands on. And sometimes have to lean on, someone else's understanding until we kind of can catch on ourselves. And if that's what you guys need to do, please do so, because we're at a very critical point. I mean, and we are the trailblazers. This is one thing that really want everybody to understand is that as trailblazers, it's up to us to lay the foundation. You know, a year from now, 2 years from now, when thousands, hundreds of thousands are just flocking into Sherlock, if we don't have a foundation laid, which is what we're doing right this moment, if we don't have it, if we miss this opportunity because we're so engulfed in whatever, you know, we really have to keep our heads on straight. Never have I been able to be the trailblazer in an opportunity. And so being a trailblazer, we're going to take some bumps and bruises along the way. You know, so just expect that, though. And it's really not a bad thing because we are shaping the company. We are shaping the company. You know, a year from now, 2 years from now, you can look back and say, I contributed to making Shop and Sherlock what it is today. So I want everybody to just, you know, kind of regroup and revisit your why. You know, why are you even in network marketing? Why did you join Shopping Sherlock? And then we just have to build on that. So, you know, I'm excited for everybody's future, and I look forward to working with everybody this year, next year rather, to 2014. And, you know, anything I can do to help you guys to build your business, 3 ways, what have you, please reach out to me, friend me on Facebook. You know, I am there, and I am making myself available to help each and every one of you guys. So, back to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Lou. Is there anybody else?
Hello. Hi, Brandon. This is Joan.
Hey, Joan. How's yours?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I just have to say I am so utterly grateful for the way that you have broken down what is facing us in these coming years, because you made it just so crystal clear that this is not about immediate gratification. This is about our financial future. This is about our legacy. This is about the inheritance that we leave for our families. We are in an organization in front of a trend and in front of timing, as you've mentioned, that is going to be it's going to be a tsunami.
Brandon, can you hear me? Hold on a second.
Brandon,
you're talking right now. Hold on. Go ahead, Joan.
Okay. This is just going to be, as I was saying, a tsunami of that current that you're talking about is going to be a tsunami of success. We are on the right road. We're like in position like Facebook and Twitter and Google, and it's going to be the Sherlock. And we are just so in the right place at the right time. I want to thank you all for your leadership and all that you do for the company and that you do for us as your team, Brandon. It's totally awesome. And you also, we appreciate you very much. And we're all going to stay on point. We're going to be on focus because we have something in our hands, an opportunity that we may never see again in our lifetime.
Well, look, I that you said that's very important. And that is part of your conversation when you're talking to people. And you talk to them, you ask them, so how is your retirement looking? How's your 401k? How's your Social Security? That's not looking too good right now. Would you be interested if I could show you how you can own an equity in a company positioned in a $1 trillion industry that is poised to be the next $1 billion company? And then you use stories like Microsoft. They went public. It wasn't just 3 people who became billionaires. You had hundreds of people who became millionaires. They gave you an example in the housing market of Silicon Valley. Before Microsoft and Facebook and those companies went public, those real estate agents, the car dealerships, they were all ready because they knew that all these people are about to have a whole lot of money to spend. That's the conversation you have with people. Yeah, you want that immediate gratification, but how's your retirement looking? Especially the baby boomers that are retiring at $10,000 a day. What if you had equity? What do I have to do to get equity? You got to hit global power. Minimum of 144 people on your team. this is the language, the conversation you have. So thank you for sharing that, Joan. Now, someone else came on right after. Who was that?
Yes, I was trying to speak, and I guess you can hear me. But I have two questions. One of my questions.
Name, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, the Durham area. My first question is, I'm from the Vital, and I'd like to find out if there are any folks here in my area that I can partner with, that we can work together here in the Raleigh, Durham area. I heard somebody getting on the phone saying something, stating North Carolina, but they didn't say what part of North Carolina. And my other question is equity. Now, are you saying that we will be able to get stock in the future? I'm not sure. My understanding of equity is when you have stock, and I asked somebody about that, and I didn't think that the company was providing stock.
Here's how it's going to look. The company is setting aside 5% of the stock of the company. 2.5% of those stocks will be split up amongst all the global powers. So whoever the global power will be sharing within 2.5% of the stocks. The diamonds will be sharing the other 2.5% share of the stocks. Now, anything as far as more details beyond that, we'll have to talk to Mr. Michael Weeder that can explain more to you.
Okay. And is there anyone online that's in the Raleigh-Durham area here in North Carolina?
Yeah, anybody in North Carolina, go ahead and state your name. And are you connected on our Facebook group as well?
Sure. My name is Mrs. Peterson, and my phone number is area code 919-949-3867.
And Mrs. Peterson, what you want to do, go to our Facebook group and type in there that you are from Raleigh, North Carolina. Is there anybody in the North Carolina area so that they can respond to that message and you guys can connect?
Okay, and what is your Facebook group name?
It's private. You got to be invited. So if you're not in that group, add me as a friend on Facebook, and I'll invite you to the group. Just look me up, Brandon Ivy.
Okay.
And I'll add you to our Facebook group.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. Is there anybody else?
Yes, this is Joseph from Phoenix, Arizona.
Go right ahead, Joseph.
Just wanted to, with that lady, I forget her name, but how she complimented you on your character and your leadership. I wanted to second that and appreciate everything you've done for us and are going to do. Helping us run a tight ship. That's important. So thank you.
No problem. I appreciate you, Joseph, and everybody else. You guys are the reason why I'm doing what I do and why I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere till the job gets done. So I appreciate all of you guys for sticking it out, because there's some times where it's hard. There's times where things aren't happening the way you want. Your check size wasn't what you wanted it to be. And you could probably go somewhere else and make more money quicker. But that's not why I'm here. I'm looking at the long-term aspect of it, and when you compare our compensation plan to other companies, if you just follow the system, and we have a system, just 2 and you're through. If you're in another company, you still got to sign up at least 2 people. In some companies, you got to sign up 3 before you're allowed to start really getting paid and maximize the compensation plan. Here, it's just 2. And if you focus on 2, and you help those 2 get 2, who help those 2 get 2, over and over and over and over, with that infinity payout, it is sick. I'll give you an example. If you guys haven't heard of a gentleman named Manesh out of the UK, this guy was making about $400 to $600 a month. He had one leg. You only have 2 teams, Team 1, Team 2. His Team 1 blew up, and he was making only $400 to $500 a month. All of a sudden, the right person gets on his other leg. The next thing you know, he's making anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 or $5,000 a week, almost overnight, because that bank volume was still sitting there. That's all it takes. The question is, do you have the patience enough to keep planting that seed? Plant that seed. Plant that seed. Water it. Water it. Water it. Boom. Then it happens. and you didn't even expect it. Is there anybody else? Anybody else? If you're muted, hit *6 to unmute yourself so we can hear you. All right, just to give you guys a couple of updates. Starting in 2014, we're also combining forces with the only Diamond Power who is in America, Mr. Chuck Williams. So his team, which is called Team of Hope, they're going to be working with Power Team Marketing. They're going to be plugging into all of our events with our schedule. And Chuck is going to be doing a special training every Sunday, so that's going to be added to our calendar so that you can get trained by one of the top money earners in the company, Mr. Chuck Williams himself. You also have access to him, and any questions that you have, any help that you need, three-way, things like that, you'll be able to utilize Chuck and his team. So that's coming forward. We're combining forces. We're looking next, all we're geared to now is the Vegas Convention. Las Vegas, February 28th to March 1st. This is right here in our own backyard. One thing the Europeans say is you guys can just drive to that event. We've got to fly over an ocean to get there. Make a commitment to go. Those who are at that event, you will be a year ahead of everybody else in your business. You're going to come out of that event fired up, knowing what's going on, armed with new information. And if you have more of your team members there, that's really going to boost and blow your organization up. Your businesses are always built on events. Put it down. We have 60 days. 60 days. Make a commitment to be at the Vegas Convention. And since we're still in 2013, the first is not here yet. You can have a jump start on your New Year's resolution. Don't end this year without being a star affiliate. You only need to create for yourself a good momentum. It's like preseason going into the new year. And then our official new grand opening, grand start will be the 1st. Now that I think about it, Wednesday, Tony, is Wednesday the 1st?
Yeah.
So Wednesday's the 1st. So Thursday is the 2nd. So Thursday night, we'll start promoting for it now heavily. Thursday night will be our grand opening for 2014 for Shopping Sherlock on January 2nd, Thursday night. So put that down now. That you want to launch your business for 2014. How many guests can you have on the webinar Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time? So mark that down on your calendar. But this week we resume our schedule except for, now let me think about that. No, at least people are still on vacation. I'll talk to Dr. Smith. That's that Tuesday night, New Year's Eve. Now we have nothing going on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Monday, Lou or Penny that does that morning, I think that's Penny. And then Lou, are you going to do the getting started training tomorrow night? That's optional if you want to do that. But I'm going to do it. You want to go ahead and do it? Because I was going to cancel everything until Thursday.
I mean, it's up to you.
No, it's up to you. You're doing it. You may only get 4 or 5 people. You may get 15, 30. You never know.
I think we've gotten a few new people. So,
okay, we'll still do that. And
yeah, I'll do it.
This Monday morning. I'll get with see if she's
I believe so.
All right, we'll find out. But anyways, really, the schedule will get really kicked back on Thursday going forward, and we are going to hit 2014 hard. I said I'm very competitive. I want to make sure we get to 50% of this company. My goal is to hit diamond, but I cannot do that unless I help a lot of you make a lot of money and accomplish your dreams and goals. And it's not the people we have. I will go find new people. That's my commitment. I'm not going anywhere. And I have never failed over the past 5 years. We've done exactly what we said we're going to do. It's just a matter of how fast, with who, and when. So that's the only difference. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. And please be safe. for the Happy New Year's and New Year celebrations. And also want you guys to do this. I love doing this on New Year's Eve. When you're watching the ball fall in New York, pay close attention to the audience. And you will see that all of them got their cell phones and smartphone devices out. It wasn't that way 10 years ago. You want to see how the trends are? Watch social media, Twitter, Facebook. Everybody is going to be sharing the same event like never before. You're going to hear it in the news. Everybody's going to be talking about it. It's all in social media today. So take note of that. We'll talk about it next week. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Have a safe night and a lovely Happy New Year. God bless. Goodbye.
Goodbye.